Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Now, I didn't really plan on doing a preview of sorts to the Wycombe game because unfortunately I am working during the game, and usually I have a sort of 50-50 chance as to whether I can watch the game at work or not, but I think tomorrow I'll literally have a sort of 90% chance that I'm not going to be able to watch the game, but we shall see. So I wasn't planning on doing any kind of preview, but there has been a big piece of news that has just come out just before I have pressed record on this camera. So we've made 3 recalls. We have recalled Patterson, we have recalled Hawks and Jack Diamond as well. So before I do give my thoughts on the situation, I will read the statement from the club. So Sunderland AFC have today recalled Anthony Patterson, Jack Diamond and Josh Hawks. The trio will be available for selection when Lee Johnson's side face Wycombe Wanderers on Saturday in Sky Bet League One, kick-off 12:30 p.m. Several first-team players have returned positive COVID-19 tests, and all affected are now observing a period of isolation in line with government guidelines. SAFC have received EFL approval for Patterson, Diamond and Hawks to resume their respective loan spells later this month. Sporting Director Christian Speakman said, "We are in an incredibly fortunate position to have this calibre of player to call upon, and all 3 have previously represented Sunderland at first team level this season. Postponing tomorrow's game would not only compromise the integrity of the competition, but also let down our supporters, many of whom will be on the road already and have put plans in place at great expense. We are making every effort to fulfil our fixture schedule throughout what remains an incredibly challenging period, and we would like to thank the EFL for the flexibility shown in unique circumstances, and Notts County, Harrogate Town and Tranmere Rovers for their support and understanding throughout the process." Now, there is a sort of flip side, there's 2 sides to the coin with this one. Of course, it'd be nice to see that's Jack Diamond, Hawks and Patterson again and give them an opportunity, but of course we haven't been informed as to who's got COVID, how many actual first team players do we have left, are we going to be leading out a really sort of threadbare squad tomorrow? Will the first team squad be full of kids? Will it be a severely weakened squad just for the sake of getting the game done? And in a massive game, one of the biggest games of the season so far, away from home, and gets a really good side up there with us in Wycombe. Is it really worth it? If there's so many games that have been called off, and I've been against it. I've been 100% against it. There's been certain teams that have only had, 2, maybe 3 COVID cases, and just because they have injuries alongside that, they've been allowed to postpone games. When in previous seasons, and even this season, we've had sort of 9, 10, 11, 12 injuries sometimes, and we still had to play, but just because there's a couple of COVID cases involved, some other teams have just managed to postpone games for weeks, which is ridiculous. I get it, you're trying to be careful and stuff with the management of COVID, but still, so many games have been postponed. So I understand the case of trying to keep the game on, but I've seen other people's opinions on it, and will we be just fielding a really, really weak side, almost just giving away 3 points, and is it for the TV money, rather than giving us the excuse of, I get it, fans, it's a massive, massive journey for Sunderland fans that are actually coming from Sunderland and going down to Wycombe, so they might make a weekend of it, they might go this evening on the Friday, they might stay over for the weekend, and like I say, make a weekend of it, as I've alluded to in the statement, they might have already spent money on it, but, it's very easy to use that as an excuse, or are they just doing this for the TV money? Yeah, that's just a bit of a conspiracy theory that I've just seen a few people say, but it could very well be true. We're not offered on Sky throughout the season, particularly when you're in League One. So you do, I get it, you do want to get that TV money, that's nice, but are you going to do that at the sacrifice of 3 points? Because Wycombe are a good side, we know they're a good side, they're a very difficult side, particularly away from home. So if we just field a load of kids tomorrow and bend over, is it really worth it for a bit of TV money? Or, and again, I am completely against postponing games. I genuinely am for the COVID. But if everyone else is doing it, then maybe we should as well. If it's gonna really put us in jeopardy, we're going through a really good run at the moment. Is it going to kill momentum if we just throw a load of kids out? But like I say, they've been very vague with how many cases there are. Like it just say there's several that have come back positive. Are they first team players? Are they just players on the bench? Players that just sit on the bench usually. Is it just them that have got COVID? But for them to bring Patterson, Diamond and Hawks as well, you never know what kind of side is going to be out there tomorrow. You have absolutely no idea. And for one of the biggest games of the season, like I say, it's a really, it's a crunch tie against Wycombe. And are we throwing the towel in purely to just get a game played? you need to weigh up the pros and cons, and it seems as though they're trying their best to keep it going, and I get that, I understand that, and I respect that. But are we doing it at the expense of 3 points? I hope not. I really hope not. I think if time will tell, if it is literally just kids mainly tomorrow, then I won't lie, I'll be fuming. I'll be absolutely fuming. I'll respect the decision of trying to keep the game on, but you know, every other team has been postponing games when they've had 2 or 3 players out for COVID, along with other injuries. So why don't we do it? But we'll have to see. If it is just minor players, you know, or maybe just the one, you know, maybe Hoffman and Burge, maybe. And maybe just stick Patterson in there, maybe a winger, you know, so maybe stick Diamond in there or Hawks in there. But if it's just largely still an untouched first team or the starting 11 that we have seen over the last couple of weeks, then fair enough, I'll take it, I understand that. But yeah, so, you know, I'll end up going in circles there because I'm winding myself up. But yeah, in general, I'm happy to see him back. I did say the other day that I would be happy to see either Diamond or Hawks come back. I didn't expect the pair of them to come back. But yeah, because we do need the help, of course. But today, you know, we've got Stephen Wern, who's gone out on loan to Torquay. That's another piece of news. He's gone out on loan to Torquay, and then we're bringing players back on loan because we need players. So it's kind of contradicting ourselves. You know, I've been watching Thane recently on YouTube, or watching some of his videos recently, and he's been saying, you know, I don't understand why we're letting all these young lads going out on loan before bringing players in, because we're already short on numbers, and I completely agree with that. So it's just a bit of a mess, you know. I prefer to have someone like Stephen Wern or a Harris still with us if we're getting battered by COVID, and we're absolutely threadbare as it is, and we're having to bring other players back on loan. Granted, Jack Diamond and Hawks are, to me personally, they're a completely different calibre at the moment to Harris and to Wern, but still, you know, it's a bit, I just feel like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot a little bit, if that makes sense. But we'll have to see. Hopefully, like I say, Wern, he's gone out to Torquay. I hope he does really, really well. He's been very exciting in the sort of the EFL Trophy games we've seen him in the Papa Johns. He's looked really good. So hopefully he gets a decent few months and a few games under his belt in a competitive league. You know, getting used to men's football, very much like Harris. But it's very difficult to do a preview to this game, not only because I'm not going to be watching it, but because I have no idea what kind of side we're going to be fielding. So, of course, Wickham, it's going to be a difficult game. I'm not going to do preferred 11, starting 11 or whatever, because, again, it literally could be our under-23s. I have no idea, or it could literally be our normal starting 11, but just with a couple missing. So I could not tell you. So it's really difficult. I'm not going to do a score prediction either, because, I have no idea who's available, who's going to be playing. So yeah, you know, Wickham, difficult side, they're up there with us. Hopefully, I hope to God that we can scrape a half-decent side together, and, you know, with the momentum we've got anyway, if at least the core is still there from recent weeks, then I'd like to think, even if we do have players, you know, like Hawks and Dhannoo who haven't played a part, and Patterson, if Patterson needs to be between the sticks, maybe. It'd be amazing, you know, I'd love it, you know, to see Patterson come in and keep a clean sheet. That'd be absolutely amazing, even if it was a 0-0, which would be frustrating, but, you know, if Patterson come in, kept a clean sheet, I'd be very, very happy for him. Very happy for him. Because, you know, I really, really do rate Patterson. And I know that it does say in the statement that they'll all pretty much be resuming their loans in a couple of weeks, or by the end of the month at least. For as long as we need them, basically, for the month. And then we're going to reloan them back out to the respective clubs. So it's good that we managed to get that sorted, because obviously we don't want to leave other clubs hanging, but you've got to help your own, and if you've got your players at your disposal who are out on loan to recall, then you're going to do it, you know, it's your choice. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Would you have postponed the game, or would you just want to get it underway? It's a very, very 50-50 topic. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sassy Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.